We're coming about a mile down the road from CV farms or chestnut farms. We're down on the coast here on the White Rocks beach. White Rocks in the background there. This is Claire O'Kane from Mussenden Sea Salt. So Claire, we were talking about slow food. There's nothing as slow as salt. It's one of the most ancient products in the world, and we've been using it for centuries to preserve and to season as well. So tell us about why you're doing this.
Well, we've started Mussenden because actually for the perceived, it is one of the most ancient and one of the most versatile, and it's a fantastic seasoning to have. But in recent years it's had such a negative impact on it, but there's actually an amazing health benefits for using salt in the correct way. So you need salt. And it actually came from a family member who had high blood pressure in the instance. So that's where the motivation comes from, blending and infusing our sea salts, because she actually had, as a result of having lack of salt, actually had further health complications. So it's not about the salt, it's about how you use it. And each one of our blends has been blended for that health, to encourage healthy cooking. It's not about the old image that you have of salt, where someone's putting table salt over the top, and that's not what salt is, but it has that perceived image.
Salt has stuff added, so yours is completely unadulterated.
Yeah, it's completely pure.
And
it comes from this bucket. Yeah, so it comes from this, and what's amazing about our salt and what makes us different is the grade of water that we have here. So we have
clean to start off with.
It's world class waters, and that's what it is. Also, we have the expansive waters, so we have nothing around us for thousands of miles in some parts. Yeah,
big water.
It's big water. Yeah.
What do you, in a nutshell, what do you do with this here then?
So what we do, what we do is we obviously harvest, but the tide has to be right in terms of that. So there's a lot of technicalities in getting the right. It's not simply just going down and getting your bucket and things like that. But the tide has to be right, because the saline content in the water actually changes depending on the weather, depending on the tide. So once we have the right harvesting environment, then we actually go to filtration process. So we triple filter all of our water before it goes into a saline solution.
We have a tradition of salt mining. So we up over there at Telford.
Yeah.
That was there's still the remnants of the salt mines there, and the coal industry there.
Yeah.
Was for the dehydrate the water.
Yes.
So if your products then.
Yes.
So a couple of interesting ones. So there's your sea salts. This one here, black garlic, and then
and there's
it's very trendy now.
Yeah, and then there's also the sitar.
Yeah.
We have that one, but the one that we have is the black garlic and lavender.
Yeah, which sounds weird, but it's beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a very unique product. So it came about as myself and a friend were going through the flavours, and she said, I love lavender, and I was like, well, I love black garlic. So the two of us put the two together. You never would think of it, but it was it was just that creative moment, and it's now only the only one in the UK or the world, we believe, so it's pretty exclusive. It definitely is unique.
What's the future then, Claire? Because you're taking this ancient process, you've made it your own, really. It's something that you brought it really back to here.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do now?
Well, what we want to do is expand and export this, because the thing behind our salts is what we want to achieve is this amazing environment. It's like that walk across the beach. It's like that taste of the salt on your lips. So not everybody gets to do that. So we want to give that to the people in our product. So that's the main part behind us and creating amazing culinary creations by, the smallest amount of seasoning can really transform, food, and that's it.
It's literally a taste of Causeway.
It is a taste of Causeway, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, Claire.
No, thank you.